Hello everyone! Today we're going to talk about comparative and superlative adjectives. This topic will be very useful when you want to compare two or more nouns. You know that nouns can be people, places, animal, objects, etc., right? So now let's begin. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Andrea Aguilar, and as I told you, I'm going to show you how to use the comparative and superlative form of adjectives. Now let's begin. Comparatives. What are comparatives and when do we use them? Comparative adjectives are used to compare one noun to another noun. In these instances, only two items are being compared. And here we have two examples. My backpack is bigger than yours. I'm comparing two backpacks in the first sentence. In the second one, we have my dad is taller than my mom. In the second sentence, we are comparing the height of two people. If you can notice, in both sentences, we have the same structure. This structure will help you to build sentences using comparative form. First, we have the first noun that is being compared. In this case, my backpack. Also, we have a verb that you know that is essential in a sentence. After that, we have the adjective that we're going to use, and together we have the comparative form of it. Next, we have the word then. And at the end, we have the other noun that is being compared. In the second sentence, we have the same structure. First, the first noun that is being compared, verb, the adjective with its comparative form, the word then, and at the end, the second noun that is being compared. As I told you, the word then is going to help you a lot when you want to compare two things. Don't forget to use it. Now let's talk about superlatives. What are superlatives and why do we use them? Superlative adjectives are used to compare three or more nouns. They are also used to compare one thing against the rest of a group. Superlative adjectives demonstrate a higher level of comparison between entities. So here we have two examples too. My backpack is the biggest of the class. In this case, one backpack is taken from all the others. In the picture, you can see the example of this sentence too. The pink one is the biggest of the others. Now, in the second example, we have my dad is the tallest of my family. To build superlative sentences, we should follow a structure too. First, we have the noun that is being compared. We have the verb. We have the word da that you're going to add it every time that you use a superlative. We have the adjective with the superlative form. And we have the rest of the sentence. In the second one, we can see the same structure too. First, the noun that is being compared, verb, the word da, the adjective with the superlative form, and the rest of the sentence. Now, how to form comparative and superlative adjectives? Well, it's important for you to know that we have many rules to create a comparative or a superlative form. You should learn all the rules And when you see some patterns on adjectives, it is going to be very useful for you because you will remember all of them. So, the first rule says, we usually add ER and EST to one-syllable words to make comparatives and superlatives. You know that ER is used for comparative and EST is used for superlative. Here we have the adjective old. The comparative form of old is older, and the superlative form of old is oldest. The same happens with long, longer, and longest. Now, the second rule says, if an adjective ends in E, we add R or EST. And we have two adjectives as an example. Nice, the comparative form will be nicer, and the superlative form, nicest. She is nicer than the other girl. I am the nicest person of all. For large happens the same, larger and largest. The third rule says, if an adjective ends in a vowel, in a consonant, we double the last consonant. Well, in here we have a pattern that you should be very, very careful with it. We have the pattern, consonant, vowel, consonant. As the rule says, you should repeat the last consonant. For example, for big will be bigger with double G, or biggest in the superlative form. For fat will be fatter or fattest. The same is going to happen with hot and other many words that you will see, maybe in a text, in a sentence, or in another place. Now, the fourth rule says, if an adjective ends in a consonant, in Y, we change Y to I and add ER or EST. For example, happy and silly. Happy, the comparative form is happier. Of course, we erase the Y and we add the letter I. In the superlative will be happiest. The same happens with silly, sillier, and silliest. Now, the other rule says we use more and most to make comparative and superlatives for most two-syllable adjectives and for all adjectives with 3 or more syllables. Here we have adjectives that are very long, and they have 2, 3, or more syllables, right? For example, beautiful. The comparative form of beautiful will be more beautiful. We cannot say beautifuler because it's going to be wrong, of course. The superlative form of beautiful will be most beautiful. For intelligent happens the same, more intelligent and most intelligent. He is the most intelligent person in the class. Now, the adjectives good, bad, and far have irregular comparatives and superlatives. For good, the comparative form will be better, and the superlative form is best. For bad, the comparative form is worse, and the superlative form is worst. For far, we have farther or farther, and the superlative is farthest or farthest. These 3 you should learn them by memory. because you cannot say gooder, baddest, or whatever, right? You should learn it just like they are. So now, it's time for you to practice. Every time that you see an adjective and you want to compare two objects, remember to use the comparative form. When you want to compare one noun and many other nouns, you're going to use the superlatives. Don't forget to check the rules if you need it, and don't forget to use them correctly. All these rules will help you to do it as the best way that you can. So thanks for your attention. I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye!